We're live. All right, Space Big Cat fans, Jason Rhian, sleepy, roving KSC reporter, and I'm here with one of the coolest people we're going to have on today, Garrett Reismann, SpaceX.
Hi, everybody.
On Twitter.
Oh, SpaceXer on Twitter.
SpaceXer on Twitter. Follow them on Twitter, folks.
And on YouTube, SpaceX channel.
Let's see if we can get let's do that with non-tweets tweeting us out. SpaceXer, and what's the one on YouTube?
SpaceX channel on YouTube.
Okay, SpaceX channel on YouTube. All right. They don't even know, and they're still yelling because it's that cool.
They love it.
Now, Garrett, you know, you have a little bit of experience with space flight. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, my first mission was on, all my flights were on the shuttle.
Okay.
My first mission, I have the trifecta, actually. I've gotten
the trifecta?
Yeah, I've gotten to be on Discovery, Atlantis, and Endeavour.
So you got, oh, wow.
Yeah, so my last mission was on Atlantis. It was about a year ago,
right.
STS-135.
Right.
And we thought at the time, we didn't know if there was going to be another flight for Atlantis. So at the time, we called it the first last flight of Atlantis, and that was prescient, because here she is ready to fly again, and I'm happy to see her on the pad again. She didn't look like she was done last time.
Space USMC says 132 is one of the funnest missions to follow. So basically,
all right.
Yeah.
Hey, good. I'm glad you guys liked that. It was the most fun mission for me too.
Now, Garrett, we would be lying if we didn't say that the folks that watch us primarily, they love SpaceX. They love the way you guys are just rocking the house. You're sending these Falcon 9s up off the pads, and they love CC Dev too. I bet you'd like to tell us a little bit about CC Dev 2.
Yeah, I'd love to. First of all, we don't call it CC Dev 2 at SpaceX because that kind of sounds like somebody's login password or something, login ID. So we call it the Dragon Rider program.
Like Dragon Riders of Pern.
Exactly.
Yeah, there you go. Not everybody gets the reference, but you know, the melanine up here just for decoration.
That's a good one. I might use that sometime. So we have the Dragon Rider program, right. And it's all about taking the cargo Dragon spacecraft, converting it to carry people.
Okay.
The biggest thing we got to do is get a launch abort system on there, so in case you're having a bad day while you're launching, you can get out of there. And then other things that, besides that, people really like, and those are things like having a seat, having a suit, having a life support system. You know, people like having oxygen. They don't like having too much carbon dioxide.
Yeah.
So we're figuring all that out, and exactly all those things we need to do to modify that cargo Dragon so that it'll be all ready for people. And boy, I got to tell you, before I was an astronaut, I was an engineer, and it's an engineer's dream to do this and sit around and design a spaceship. It's totally cool.
So basically, yeah, you're kind of like at the spirit, the pointy edge of this, and you're like getting to design a new vehicle. I mean, test pilots always want to fly the plane, so you're designing the hot new spacecraft.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, it's great, and it's at SpaceX, you know, things happen very, very quickly. It's very easy to get stuff done, so we're moving right along. I'm putting cup holders in all over the place.
Got little fuzzy dice hanging.
Yeah, but we had that on 132. but yeah, no, we'll have a good looking ship and a safe ship. You know, one of the things we do very well at SpaceX is we've learned that a lot of safety and reliability comes from simplicity.
Right.
So built right into the design of the spacecraft is a lot of robustness. And we knew from the beginning that we wanted to put people. In fact, the whole company was founded with the idea of advancing the cause of human spaceflight. So from the very beginning, the Falcon 9 was designed with the factors of safety, you know, so the structure is strong enough to meet human rating requirements, so that the Dragon spacecraft and the Falcon 9 have 3 levels of redundancy. So that's also ready for human spaceflight. And then finally, we put windows in the Dragon spacecraft. So
people like to look out.
Yeah, I never met any cargo that needs to look out, but people do. People like it.
You know, I mean, it's like you want to look out, make sure you make that left turn when you're supposed to. You know, you're not missing the off ramp from I-95. You know, yeah, people like to look out.
So it's not like I'm like, oh wow, I got a code from scratch here. I think all of our engineers at SpaceX were thinking about this from the very, very beginning, and now it's just a matter of putting in those last final pieces, so we're ready to carry people. So
basically, you guys are just you pretty much have everything laid out plan-wise. You're just looking at dotting your I's, crossing.
That's right.
Now, I got to tell you, we're kind of fortunate. You mentioned a trifecta. I guess it's like what's double? What'd be 2? duopoly. We got a space duopoly going here because you got the shuttle.
Yeah.
But SpaceX, not to be topped, they got the actual Dragon that flew this past December over the United Air Space, if I can speak English, which might not be possible, United States Air Force Space and Missile History Center. And it's out. It's got tin around it, and it's really awesome to see one of your flown vehicles. It's got the scorch marks all along the side. I got some great shots of it. Ben will have them up on Space Vidcast before too long.
You know, when we flew that in December, it was a real pivotal moment in the commercial crew. I think we demonstrated for the first time that, you know, yeah, we can do this. And when the Falcon 9 took off for the second time, the Dragon was flying for the first time, went 2 orbits, performed all of its mission objectives, landed in splashdown in the Pacific. We recovered it, and now it's sitting here. And come see it. But that was really a turning point, and it was a turning point for me too. I was still a NASA astronaut at the time. I remember flying a NASA T-38 jet into Edwards Air Force Base, and as we got out of the jet, the Air Force guys came up and they saw NASA on the side of the airplane, and they said, "Hey, congratulations on that Dragon flight."
I'm like, yeah,
yeah, that was SpaceX. But, you know, it was for NASA, so we were like, okay, yeah. And, you know, it was something that it thrilled everybody in the space business, I think, got a real thrill that day. And I certainly did.
Now, you mentioned things go kind of fast. I'd tell you that Ben and I, we basically follow this like it's our church. We're disciples of spaceflight. And so I have been out here covering both the launches of the Dragon, or the Falcon 9, I'm sorry. And, you know, we had boats coming out here in the turn base, or right in front of the Falcon 9. We had some technical issues come, and we're like, yeah, they're gonna screw up for today. They're gonna screw up. And you know what? SpaceX made us look dumb. They just said, yeah. So we're sitting there, and I'm like, well, space fans, sorry, we can't make it. They're probably not gonna, and we're gonna. And you hear it in the background. We're going to try again in a minute. And you can watch the screen. My eyes get like this big, and I'm like, and you guys did that not once but twice.
Well, you know, you're right, and we're able to turn around that quick because we're still a relatively small company. And when I say relatively small, we're growing exponentially.
Right.
We added about 200 more people since I signed up, so now we're up to about 1,400 employees. And so it's hard to call that a small company. There's not a couple guys building rockets in the garage.
No.
When I first saw the pad and I saw a test facility in McGregor, which is kind of a mini Stennis. We got the production facility and the engineering facility out in Hawthorne, which is a 500,000 square foot complex where they used to build 747s. Got the rocket assembly line. There's a lot of there, and that's what really impressed me when I first started looking around at SpaceX. But we also have, you know, we have some really, really bright people. We're able to pick from the best and the brightest from not just the space industry, but we're getting some really smart people from automotive industry. We're attracting people from, you know, Silicon Valley and from all these other places. And so we're gaining expertise. And when you ask Elon what he looks for when he hires somebody, the answer is a single word. It's awesome. And it's true. We have a lot of awesome people. And when you have the people in the small group that are not only designing the thing, but then being the ones that sit on console to launch it, then you can make these decisions in real time and quickly and do the right thing. So that's why we're able to do the stuff we can do.
Well, I mean, it seems like you guys, I have to ask this question. You've had success after success lately. I mean, it's like whatever you guys touch turns to gold.
Yeah, don't jinx us, man.
No, I know, right? But have you had more people come knocking because of that? Because of your success rate? Like, oh, well, this is where it's at.
Yeah. I mean, we're very fortunate. When we post a position, we're able to be very selective and you know, and set the bar really high on the people we hire because, yeah, there is a lot of interest. And we are growing very quickly, and we do need more people. So get in touch with me if you're looking for a job.
Send resumes all to Garrett. He'll scream for you there.
But fortunately, it allows us to maintain a very high quality in our workforce, and that makes all the difference.
Well, Garrett, let me ask you this: when will we see the Dragon take to the sky? I mean, the Falcon light up these skies again?
Oh, very soon, near the end of the year, before the end of the year.
Okay.
So we're negotiating that with NASA right now. The first stage of the rocket is here. The second stage arrived yesterday. I saw the truck pull up, and so it just showed. It was in Texas for testing. By the way, I should mention that we believe in testing. A lot of hardware testing early and often. We send every single engine down to Texas and fire it, and then the individual engine back to Hawthorne get assembled as a group 9, and then the whole first stage goes back down to Texas and is fired as a stage, and including all the flight computers and avionics. That's all there in the loop. And then we bring the second stage down to Texas. We fire it for the full mission duration. And then with its avionics and all, so you get a full systems test. Then we bring them all down here, which has just happened. Now they're all in the hangar right down the road. We'll put it all together, including the spacecraft. We'll take it back out to the launch pad, and before we launch, we'll fire it all up again and do a hot fire test. And now everything's in a loop. The capsule, the second stage, the first stage, all the computers are talking to each other.
So there's testing every step of the way.
Every step of the way. Much more extensive than what's done in comparable systems. So, and that's how we're able to maintain the levels of safety.
Well, Garrett, we wish you nothing but the best. We know that you got a busy schedule to keep, and we want to make sure that everybody gets to hear a little bit about the goodness that's going to be happening out at the Slick 40. For those of you that are regular viewers of SpaceXer, we'll help you check down and check out some of our previous packages from our previous space pods. We had a tour of Slick 40 not too long ago, provided one by one Bobby Block, the VP of Communications. And you'll see all the amazing things and the way they do things a little bit differently at SpaceX. Garrett, thank you so much for your time.
My pleasure.
Good talking to you.
Good talking to you, too.